Good day to Doctor. My name is Winnie and we are from Group 112. We are going to present the group project of Economy Engineering. This is our group members and our matrix number. Next, I would like to pass to my group members to present the introduction. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Siti Nur Aini binti Abu Basar. So I will continue to present my part, which is analysis on benefit cost ratio method for project economic evaluation. So why we have to analysis first? Because when we get the job, so we have to see our limitation, our strength. Either we can do the job or not. So same as to the project that we get. So we have to analysis. But this project will go to based on the benefit cost ratio method. Okay, let's go. Okay, as we can see, the job that we get, which is constructing a new highway road from Johor Bahru Johor to Kota Baru Kelantan, that are 500-kilometer project. So in the tables are list of purchasing that we have to do, which is firstly is purchasing land from the local owner and the state government costing that 30 million. Next is a construction cost estimation, which is the all of construction highway, the equipment of that is 85 million. Yearly maintenance with the equipment, the machinery that have the maintenance. So the maintenance is 5 million. And the traffic contributing and the sophisticated equipment, which is when the road, then we have to traffic control, which is 4 million and so on. Okay. So before we go to the formula of basic ratio method, so we have to find the small of the value in the formula. So first is PW. What are PW? Which is PW is the benefits of the project that proposed. So the benefits are the toll fees, petrol consumption saved by the road user, and the fees collected by the local and state authorities. So which is 10 million plus 5 million and plus 4 million. There's 19 million. So we have to calculate the PW, which is O&M, which is operation and maintenance for the construction. So we have to include the yearly maintenance expenditures, and the traffic contributing and sophisticated equipment. This 5 million plus 155 million and plus 4 million. So next we have to calculate the PW of MV, which is the market value at the end of the useful life. So we have to know the market value of the highway the end of useful life, because there are some construction equipment at the end of construction period, such as that machine that we after we done the work at the highway, so the machine can sell. So that's which is 7 million, and plus the revenue received through the direct and indirect business, which is 6 million. So that's all is 23 million. So let's go to the formula. So there's two formula. Firstly, the conventional BC ratio with PW, and the second for the bottom is the modified BC ratio with PW. So we will go first to the conventional. So for the conventional, which is the benefit of proposed project, we divide to the total cost of the proposed project. So from previous, we have done calculate for PWB, PWMV, and the PWONM. So just put in the equation, and we can get negative 1.65 million. So next, based on the value calculated by the conventional BC ratio with PW, this project are so being accepted. Are not being accepted because less than 1 is right in guideline for economic justification. I'm so sorry for the typo. So next, the modified. So also same the as conventional, but there's a little bit different from the formula, which is PWB minus PWONM divided by I minus by PWMV. So we get negative 0.380 million. So based on the value calculated by modified by BC ratio PW, this project are not being accepted because less than 1 is right in guideline of economic justification. If the less than 1, which is the project are not suitable.
Next, I will present about the analysis of the company performance from company financing. According to the balance sheet of SHA Sendirian Berhad, there are 3 main categories of items, which are assets, liability, and stakeholders' equity. The total current assets of the company in the year 2020 is 9,526.03 million, which can be converted to cash or its equivalent in less than 1 year. It consists of 4 major accounts, which is cash and cash equivalents, short-term investments, account receivable, and inventories. The report shows that the amount of these 4 major accounts had raised in year 2020 compared to year 2019. 2019. Overall, the total assets of the company in the year 2020 is 18,527.54 million, which is higher than in the year in 2019, which is 17,180.42 million by 70%. The amount of shown under the assets represent how much the company owns at the time of reporting. The claims against assets are of two types, which is liabilities and stakeholders' equity. Liabilities refer to money the company owes, which is according to balance sheet. The total liabilities of the company is 9,986.45 million, whereas stockholders' equity of the company is 8,541.09 million, indicate the portions of assets of a company that is provided by the inventors. Next, for the income statement, the counting period begins on 31st July 2019 and ends on 31st July of the following year 2020. According to the report, the total revenue of the company for year 2020 is 3,662.96 million, which has decreased from the previous year in 2019, which has total revenue 4,565.06 million. The total revenue figure represents the gross sales less any less return and allowance. Unlike the previous years where there is a constant growth in total revenue from 2017 until 2019, it has dropped in year 2020 by 9,002.1 million differences. The net income by subtracting the income taxes from the taxable income. This net income is also commonly known as accounting income. The net income has significantly decreased comparing the previous year. In fact, the company has the lowest net income in the year 2020 among the past 4 years. This indicating the performance of the company is not satisfied in year 2020. The major reason of this is due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to a regional of global lockdown of business activity and the imposition of the movement restricted in Malaysia. The cash flow statement is needed for detailing how the company generated cash and how the company used its cash during the reporting period. This statement is concerned with how the company actually used its cash in its period, thus explaining how the firm went from the level of the cash in its account reported at the start of the year to the level cash it had at the end of the year. There are three types of activities identify the sources and use of the cash, which are operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. In year 2020, the cash from operating activities of the company is 596.31 million, which is the highest among the past 4 years. Next, the company has lost 320.89 million in investing activities, which has huge contrast from the previous year where the company earned 375.08 million. Furthermore, the cash from the financing activities is 137.78 million. By summarizing cash inflows and outflows from these three types of activities, for a 1 year period, we obtain the net changes, which is 437.64 million in cash flow position of the company. In conclusion, based on the analysis of the company financial report, SHA Sendirian Berhad has enough budget to proceed the proposed project, which is the construction new highway from Johor Bahru Johor to Kota Bahru Kelantan. However, due to the benefits cost ratio analysis show that the project is not economic, the company decided not to proceed the project.
So next, I will explain about the justification of economic evaluation and company performance. And I also will solve the issue that will be occur if we proceed with this proposed project using the principles of engineering economy. So for the justification in our project, we can see that based on the analysis of benefit cost ratio, it shows that the proposed project cannot be proceeded because the guideline for the economic justification state if the ratio is below than 1, the project cannot be proceeded because it is not economic. However, based on the analysis of balance sheet, cash flow and income statement, which show that company performance can proceed with the proposed project. So I think overall, our company which is SHA Sendirian Berhad actually can proceed with the proposed project because our last asset is RM 18,527.5 million ringgit. So it exceeds the project cost estimation, which are 85 million, although it may have some problem occur in this COVID-19 pandemic. So based on the justification just now, if we proceed to the proposed project, it may lead to some issue. So this is the slide which resolving the issue using the principle of engineering economy. So the first step here is to develop the alternative, which the main problem here is the delay in project completion.
So this is because the purchasing land from local owner has dragged the time, and lack of supply of road material to be available during the COVID-19 pandemic, which subsequently affected the construction industry, and also it has limited material resource, which affect the cost and time to arrive at the construction site. And also many workers and consultants are unable to carry out the work that has been assigned, which it may take time. So with all of this, the solution has been proposed, which is to establish the policy and procedure in the selection of consultant. This is to ensure only qualified and competent contractor and consultant are selected in purpose of saving costs. And second is to change the agreement of the project. And third is to rescheduling the project. So second step is to focus on the different. So if we focus here, we have 2 points, which is to establish policy and procedure in selection of consultant, and also second is to reschedule the project. Third step is to use a consistent viewpoint. So if you can see here, establish policy and procedure in the selection of consultant will involve time to approve the policy and procedure, and for the reschedule the project, it also will involve time to rescheduling. So next step is to use common unit measure. So for the established policy and procedure in the selection of consultant, we can see that establish a policy and procedure may take time, and also the approval for the policy and procedure takes a long time also, but it may have less human error. But for the reschedule the project, we can see that rescheduling not take too much time, and also save budget and save project time. So for next step, to consider all relevant criteria, so we consider to choose reschedule the project, because to rescheduling a project, it may not take too much time, where it can be done in maximum 7 days. So the rescheduling the project no need to use skilled person to have to be paid, and also it can ensure the road material can be prepared more easily and on time, and it also have in place project management also, and quality management system to meet the important things in the project can be done on time. So after that, the next step is to make uncertainty explicit, which is the advantages from rescheduling the project is it shorten the project time and can save the project cost, and it also have exact plan for the project plan. But for the disadvantages, it cannot be accepted by the workers, and it also may lead to more human error. So last step in the principle of engineering economy is revisit your decision, which is as we can see here, we choose to rescheduling the project. So it gives a new project timetable, and the completion of project can be shortened.
So, Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Nushatka binti Maslan, and my metric number is AF18007. So basically, I'm going to conclude about this project. So basically, a company called Shell Sdn Bhd is going to handle this highway project of 500 km from Johor Bahru to Kelantan. So through the economical evaluations, it is stated that it's not capable enough to proceed. Why? Because from the calculation by using the benefit cost ratio method, both the formula used to calculate resulted in less than 1. So it means that through economical evaluation, it's more probably will fail if proceed with this project. So next is through the company performance from the company financing, stated that it has enough budget to proceed the proposed project. Why? Because from the summary of the cash inflow and also the outflow of the 3 types of activities in a 1 year period shows a net change for 437.64 million ringgit in cash flow position of this company. While for the justification through principle of engineering shows that it has the capabilities and the ability to proceed. Why? Because their last asset of Shell Sdn Bhd is 18527.5 million, means that it already exceeds the project estimation, which are only 85 million ringgit. So basically, this highway project from Shell Sdn Bhd are more likely to proceed and more likely has the ability to do this project, but unfortunately, through the economical evaluation shows the opposite result from the analysis and also the justification. So it might occur some problem during the project. But most importantly, this project has the ability to proceed for the highway project. So thank you.